one of the reasons the Nets are so good on the fast break is Jason Kidd, a man who's raised his performance and his profile in the NBA, especially since he's come to the Nets. He's got some decisions on his future down the line, but he's also focused on the present. Here he visits with our Jim Gray, discussing the fact that the door is wide open now to get a championship ring.
How much hope do you and the New Jersey Nets now have that Shaq and the Lakers are out of the playoffs? Different way to approach it now?
Well, it's definitely a different way to approach it because you don't have the three-time defending champs going for their fourth, and but you still have some talented teams out there, and we can't think ahead. We have to, be in the present of if we're going to play Detroit. So in that sense, we can't think about, do we have a chance? Yes, we feel that we have a chance. Do we have a better chance? Maybe now that the Lakers are out.
What is your comfort level now with this team compared to what it was a year ago?
Well, not knowing. Everything was new. Being traded wasn't new in that sense, but coming to New Jersey, a new area, a team that was young and not knowing what to expect, and having some success early on, I think helped us all settle in. But we got a great group of guys here. We all cheer for each other. We all want everybody to be successful, and we don't care who puts the ball in the basket as long as the bottom line is that we win.
What would you say your relationship is with Byron Scott? Reportedly, the two of you do not get along and don't see eye to eye, and I'm sure you've read and seen those reports. Sources
they're trying to create something that isn't there, in the sense of maybe because I hadn't answered the free agency question. I don't know. With me and Coach Scott, there's no better situation to have a coach who has won championship, who's been on great teams, and also who's been on bad teams late in his career. So he's seen both sides of the coin, and to be able to pick his brain in the sense of Showtime, no better player than he's been around Magic, James Worthy, Kareem, so he knows what it takes to win. And one of the best coaches to ever coach this game, and Pat Riley.
I know it's difficult to talk about this because you're in the middle of trying to win a championship, and anything you say gets blown out of proportion. Having said that, what would cause you to leave New Jersey and go elsewhere?
Well, if somebody told me I was going to win a championship, somewhere else, it's not about money. It's to be able to have that hardware. I want to, when people talk about my career, I want to be mentioned with the likes of Magic, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. Not on the status of their abilities, but their ability to be a winner. And so, in that sense, that's what I'm fighting for.
It's always everyone's dream to play at home. If all things were equal, and that team in Golden State is getting better, they had a good year, wouldn't you like to play at home in front of all your family and the hometown crowd?
To have the opportunity to play at home would be the ultimate, goal. That doesn't mean I'm going home, but to have that opportunity with a young team that's growing and going in the right direction, you never know.
Well, that's a sight Bay Area fans are happy to see. But conversation between San Francisco area, San Antonio area, Sean Elliott, it's always talked about it's a distraction. You've been in locker rooms where free agent big players are there. Is it really a distraction to what happens on the floor here?
No question about it. And I remember going through it with Tim Duncan when there was all that talk about he going to Orlando. And not only is it a distraction to your teammates and to the organization, but it's also a distraction to the organization that is rumored. Look at poor Tony Parker. All year long, he's been looking over his shoulder at Jason Kidd. Shouldn't have happened.
If those guys get to the finals, imagine what those storylines would be like.